Good evening. Our news for this Tuesday. The minister responsible for for agriculture, says his ministry has carried out a thorough revision of the comprehensive agricultural plan. The plan was introduced a couple of years ago. But Minister Flavien Joubert said the realities are now different, in addition to the fact that many provisions in the document were not being implemented. Minister Joubert, who was answering the questions in the National Assembly today, said there is now better coordination with the infrastructure agency, and he was optimistic that the situation will improve over the coming year. In particular, Minister Joubert spoke of the projects unit, which has been revamped and put back on its feet. The central bank has announced that its monetary policy is for the upcoming 3 months. Speaking during a press conference today, the governor of the central bank said that although uncertainties in the global economic market, such as the ongoing war in Ukraine and the aftermath of COVID-19, the Seychelles economy is still stable and performing well.
The central bank board has taken the decision to keep its monetary policy relaxed for the next 3 months starting April. And this is in light of to continue to support the economy to recover, and also taking note of the uncertainty in the world economy, particularly the tight monetary conditions, the continued impact of the pandemic, and also taking note of the Ukraine war, which is affecting particularly the commodity prices. So having evaluated all the elements, both domestic and international, the board felt confident to keep its monetary policy stable.
The crew on the second expedition to clean up the fads in the sea around the outer islands left the Coast Guard port this morning. The crew includes 5 students from the Maritime Academy and 1 teacher and the Coast Guard soldiers. The expedition is to last for 3 weeks. The minister responsible for fisheries and the blue economy, Jean-François Ferrari, met with the students and the teacher before their departure to present some equipment that they will be using during the expedition. Minister Ferrari said the government and his ministry know the danger and effects of fads on the sea, marine animals and environment, but nevertheless it also has benefits for the fisheries industry and the economy. Transparency in the fishing sector is increasing as information on the sector becomes easier to access. To help increase transparency, the Ministry of Fisheries organized a workshop to sensitize stakeholders within the fishing industry to the 2021 FITI report, which was published earlier this year. Various stakeholders from different sectors of the fishing industry came together to discuss their priorities for improvement in the sector.
Part of what is going on as well is to engage other people who may not have been involved in the process of, they may not have been consulted, for example, in the process of producing the report, but to bring it to their attention and see, what next. Because the report, the FITI standard, is a basic standard, but we, for our own purposes, may need more information or other types of information. So such workshops help to actually try and find out what additional information we could be including in future FITI reports.
The Minister responsible for Employment and Social Affairs, Patricia Franco, has again asked for those in formal employment to do so. Mrs. Franco was speaking at a workshop that the Employment Department is holding in a collaboration with the International Labour Organization, the ILO, to discuss the issue of people in informal employment in Seychelles. According to the Employment Department, there are more than 8,000 people in informal employment in the country. Representatives from the Department of Employment, the Ministry of Finance, various workers' unions, and those from the Pension Fund attended the workshop. They are attending the training session with the aim to find strategies and recommendations to address the situation in the country.
My message to those working in informal sector is that you should take the opportunities available. Being in a formal employment environment has got many benefits. And here I am also talking as the Minister for Social Affairs. For example, formal employment can bring in a stable income for the family, enhances social protection. Work is more decent and safe. Workers contribute to the economy, and they also contribute to their pension that they can benefit from in their old age. Job security also brings in peace of mind. You can plan for the future better. There is also opportunity for career advancement and training. It is therefore my sincere wish that the recommendations put forward by the participants of today's roundtable would indeed help to make a difference in the lives of those working and doing business in the informal economy.
Undertake a project to eradicate cats and rats on Aldabra, construct a headquarters for the Seychelles Island Foundation, and update the SIF's decree are some of the issues which members of the SIF board discussed with the President Wavell Calawan at State House yesterday afternoon. The board's chairman, Bernard Georges, said the meeting was organized to update the president in his capacity as a patron of the foundation about the strategic priorities of the SIF and its plans.
Premièrement, nous avons montré nos strategic priorities.
The Bishop of the Anglican Church of Mauritius, Stenu André, paid a courtesy call on President Wavell Calawan at State House this morning. They discussed on various topics, in particular those affecting the church. This included the church not to be present in the community, as well as problems it is facing, amongst others. The General Secretary of the Council of Anglican Provinces in Africa, Joseph Kofi William Graff Johnson, was also present. They were accompanied by Reverend Danny Elizabeth and Reverend Christine Benoit. The Ambassador-designate of the Republic of Turkey, Subutay Yüksel, presented his credentials to President Calawan today. During their meeting, they discussed on areas for cooperation such as defense, tourism, education, and others. Ambassador Yüksel also thanked the people of Seychelles for their donations towards the Turkish people after they suffered several tragedies recently. He also added and spoke of cooperation in aviation and ways to balance the volumes on trade between Seychelles and Turkey.
We will be able to develop in all fields, including the education, tourism, defense industry, and all areas. So we are looking forward to cooperate more. We have the potential to develop our bilateral relationship, and we will be using this potential wholeheartedly. Turkish Airlines is flying to the Seychelles not only for passengers but also for the cargo flights. From time to time there might be some increases and decreases according to the commercial issues sometimes. So Turkish Airlines will be continuing in the upcoming periods with more, hopefully more frequencies, with the new aircrafts especially. So we are also looking forward to strengthening our filo of aircrafts. There had been some delays of the deliveries for the aircrafts, but we will be able to develop this cooperation as well.
And with this, we end this news summary in the evening.